Hi, everybody. Thanks for all your comments and likes and subscriptions and follows and that sort of thing. It really means a lot to me and it lifts my spirits. It makes me feel better. So, I had a couple of questions. A few people asked, when did all this start? So, I'll just backtrack a bit. It started 3 years ago, around this time of year, maybe a little earlier, say May or June of 2021. And what happened was I kept journals about this. There was a series of memory lapses, and one that stood out for me was we were walking along the Halifax waterfront boardwalk, which has been redeveloped into a really beautiful space, public space. And Heather and I have walked that. We've been down there a few times before that, and she said, "Wow, look at this! This is all new." And I thought, "What? What do you mean all new?" Had a similar thing when we went bicycling that summer on what's called the Salt Marsh Trail here near Halifax. And we had our e-bikes out and a picnic. And she said, "This is a beautiful trail. I've never been on this." Yeah, we had been on that a few times over the years. So those two incidents stood out, but the alarm bells weren't going off yet. I thought, well, this is just a little memory lapse. She's excited and so on and distracted. But what really stood out was one day she went to a park here in the city. It's called Point Pleasant Park. And she took our little Cairn Terrier dog for a walk, as she did every second or third day. And I got a panicked phone call from her that she had lost the car keys. So I thought, well, she's dropped them in the park somewhere. I don't know how we're going to find them, but we'll try to find them. Meanwhile, I'll bicycle down to the park with the spare keys in my pocket, and we'll just go home, check the lost and found at some later time. So I got on my bike, I cycled down, it was 15 minutes or so, and she was standing there beside her car, and I looked over, and the keys were on the hood of the car, right in front of her. And it's just it didn't register, and that was quite alarming because that is completely uncharacteristic of Heather to do that sort of thing. So there were subsequent issues, and remember, this all started with the diagnosis of primary progressive aphasia. So there were language issues. For example, she at one point she wanted a pair of gloves, and I think it was for gardening. And she said, "Where are my hand things?" Hand things? They're gloves, but not hand things. So this was just a series of things that built up like that, and then some apathy. For example, she completely lost interest in doing the household finances after 40 years or so of managing our joint accounts. Amazing to me that happened, and she just abandoned it, and I took it over. The previous fall, her mother had died, and her emotions were flat about that. She was apathetic, and I mean, it's not like Heather to do that. She had social graces, so I would have expected her to um, at least fake it. If she didn't care that much, which would have shocked me in any event, she would have at least pretended. But there was none of that. She just brushed it off. So that was 3 years ago. That's that. Those are the first signs. And today, she's virtually without any speech at all. She might say, "Yeah." That's the extent of it. She cries and does this crying, laughing, blubbering every night when she has to get dressed. She's in pull ups, depends, all day and all night, and is completely reliant on me. So, 3 years and just straight down. So rapid. And then there's like a new milestone every 2 or 3 weeks. All that to say, I'm not sure how much time she has left before she gets her wings and my watch is done. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm already lonely thinking about it, but even though I've done this grieving over a 3 year period, and there's been a lot of letting go of the concept that I have a marriage anymore. I don't even, not sure that she feels love. I don't think so. Does she know my name? No, probably not. She understands I'm her husband and caregiver. If she were to see my brother or even our son in Montreal, I'm not sure she would know who they are. She would know that they're important to her, but I can't tell. I can't get in her mind, and she's unable to express this stuff. So that's how far things have come in 3 years. It's bad. It's staggering, and but I hope that this sort of paints a picture and fills in some of the gaps for you. And again, thanks so much for the comments and the support. Please subscribe, leave comments below. I read every comment and I reply to most of them. So you're not alone. Stay strong. Hang in there. Thanks for following. And bye.